Okay, welcome to our live session with PIIS. And this is a session that is recorded and is for reference purposes and for educational purposes. And we have been on this project for past 1 month, and our aim is to mentor and upgrade the infrastructure team or infrastructure member from PIIS company in Nigeria. And our goal here is to provide him all the necessary skill gap, knowledge in infrastructure. So today we are doing our first project, and which is going to be deploying a static site using an S3 bucket. And we're going to be using CloudFront and DNS. And we only have one person that we are mentoring. His name is Efosa. And that is it. Thank you so much. My name is Satome Patrick Aigbogun, and I have here Dolakbo. We are both from Gemo World Global Resources Limited. Okay, thank you. Gemo Global Resources Corporation. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. The best practice in deploying infrastructure using Terraform is actually to use the SDK, the AWS SDK. So that's what you are going to do first right now. I want to install an AWS SDK. I want to create an IAM account, IAM role. Then you authenticate your AWS SDK, which is also known as AWS CLI. What does that application do? That application actually sync your system with your complete infrastructure. So just like the word CLI, right? Command line interface. So if you are using an AWS CLI, if it's properly configured, depending on the role of the person that is tied to that SDK, you'll be able to perform any task using the CLI. So you see, this is where our Linux training will come to play. You understand? Because we're going to be using CLI. And this is where all the things we'll be training about the security. You're not talking about security, you're talking about access, right? So I know time will not permit us to really dive deep into the complete course, because this is supposed to be a crash course. Okay, now without wasting time, I want to send you a link now. You're going to install AWS CLI on your MacBook. It's very simple, right?
Yeah, I've installed it. It's already installed.
You have AWS CLI 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I asked you to install it last time, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, good. That's the AWS version.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have version 2. Okay, good.
It's there.
Yeah, if you have version 2, so you have to please create an IAM role and configure your AWS CLI to consume your IAM. So in that case, when you are doing init or apply, you don't need to put your credentials, because it will just automatically, Terraform will go to your AWS CLI, right? Because it's a smart software and authenticate itself. And if it's able to see credentials in your provider, then automatically deliver the infrastructure. So all you need to do now is to create an IAM role and use it to configure AWS CLI. Can you do that? So I don't want this class to be long, right? I don't want to be sharing your credentials too. So I'm going to pause it right now. When we come back from this video, I think by that time your CLI will be set up, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Successfully, thank you. You successfully authenticate your AWS CLI. So to test if it's working, most times, if the resources that you give access to, you use that resources to test. Use that resources to test. Okay. What do you do now? Okay. Now you've done this. The next thing you do, you have to clear your screen.
There.
Yes, clear. Okay, you've cleared it. Open your
Yeah.
timing. Open it very well.
I should.
Open your timing and let it be bold. Yes. Okay. Now, what we are going to just do here is to test if our CLI is working, because most times you're supposed to work with your VS Code in deploying your infrastructure. So, just AWS CLI list.
Should I AWS CLI?
AWS CLI. AWS S3 bucket list. That we're just trying to validate again if your CLI is properly authenticated. If it comes back without error, or it lists all the AWS for you, shows that yes, it's okay. Now, all you do, open your VS Code. So open a new file. I'm going to send you a file. You paste that file. Remember that if I ask you to generate an S3 bucket, right? If it will not work, it will work. Do you have a ChatGPT here on your screen?
My browser, yeah.
You have a ChatGPT. Okay. Let me teach you on how to generate it so you'll not be going everywhere. Right? Go to ChatGPT, open your ChatGPT. I have so many source codes that I can use, but I want you to just play with your own source code. You understand? And master it on yourself. It gives you confidence. It builds you confidence. You understand? The best thing I can give to you is to make you independent of me. To give me some peace. And I will leave you.
Right.
So clear your screen. Type on that ChatGPT. New, yes. Go to that, yes, send message. Say write a full stack, write a full stack Terraform deployment. Of S3 of a static site. Terraform deployment of a static site. To S3, to S3, to AWS S3. S3 command, cloudfront command, and GitHub. So we're not doing CI/CD. If we are actually using CI/CD, we would have included maybe maybe would have included Circle CI to it, or GitHub, or Git Actions. You understand? Or you would have added Jenkins to it. Maybe we'll come back here and add Jenkins to it, or you just had Git Actions. But I know I've not taught you Git Actions, right? So let's just do this one first. Click next, enter.
I should click next.
And just yes, just click enter. What it's going to do is going to generate the configuration file for your S3 bucket. That's what he's doing for you now. This is a full stack. Good. Now, scroll down. Scroll up. Because we say full stack, is going to give you everything you actually need. Now, let's start from the first one on the top. One is talking about the provider, AWS, the region US East one. That's why I want you to use that. Then create an S3
create an S3 for storing the static site resources. So this one, we create an S3 where your static site is going to be stored. Scroll down. It's going to list the index, which is an HTML. But we didn't mention PHP, right? We just wanted it for HTML. Configure the S3 policy to allow public access. Understanding policy. This is continue. Now it's going to run this EOF script. Look at the EOF script. EOF script is going to create a policy for the bucket. Understand? And the policy is going to do that. So scroll down. Then create a CloudFront for the static site. Scroll down. Scroll down. View protocol policy. Scroll down. View certificate. This certificate here, go back. This certificate you see here,
yeah,
we don't have it. You understand? But we are supposed to have a certificate, an admin certificate. That was why I say you should give certificate permission. Because you're supposed to have a certificate, and the certificate is like it's a TLS file, that a certificate provider, manager, or issuer will send to your site, just to let people know that this site is authentic and it has a genuine source. You understand?
yeah.
So and they also encrypt your file in traffic, so that in case anybody using card on your site, that certificate can convert it so that people cannot sieve it while it's transporting. Okay. Now that's called transport layer. I think transport layer sockets, yes. TLS. Okay, now restriction, configure GitHub. This is for your the last part is for your GitHub, right? Scroll down. This is for your GitHub configuration. Scroll down. On the push, this is the main branch you are using. Okay. Scroll down. The environment. This is the environment. Then this is the S3 bucket. Then this is the job. Deploy this. You can see, you know what it did for you? It automatically created the Git actions for you. And you can see the Git actions with the job. Check out code, use action, check out, run this, echo this and this, deploy to S3. And this last part you see here, is for your GitHub. So it's like it's creating a GitHub actions for you, which is like a CI/CD pipeline. So with this configuration, anytime you push to that branch, it will automatically deploy it to your infrastructure. This is the Git actions I was talking about. So you see, you can see GitHub actions. You see it on top.
Yes.
So I actually wanted it to give us a full stack. So ChatGPT went ahead to even provide us a CI/CD. Understand? Time will not permit me to give you all this. So sorry about that. So that is what we'll do. This is a complete stack. Scroll down. Now, you see this documentation. These are the things that you want you to have for this production. See, this example, demonstrate terraform configuration, create this static site. Note, you will need to replace one, the bucket name, your admin certificate ARN, meaning you are going to create a certificate, right? Yeah. With your ARN, then you copy the ARN. That's just like the address, the AWS role number, the complete address, right? You copy it, you paste it in where they want you to do. Your AWS access key, you don't need it, right? Because we already have it in our stuff. But for Git actions to be able to function, right?
Yeah.
Git actions to be able to function, they will need this key. That's why it needs the keys, because this key is going to be saved in your Git actions repo and your path with your own value and path. So this part you see here, this part you see here, you're going to create this part in your system. You're going to create this part in your system. This is like a directory you're going to create under part in your own stuff. Okay. Now make sure you have the necessary AWS credentials and Acme certificate configured and adjust the path according to your static site. Also ensure you have the required GitHub repository configuration action secret accordingly. Then you do Terraform init and Terraform apply. So this is a simple, if not that I want us to really go in depth, I would have just sent you this. We'll just do this one. We'll do the other one, then I think we are done. But you see, despite this thing looks simple, there are so many things that are inside now that you are already aware of, apart from the only Git actions that you're not aware of, right? We're going to be doing that. But because of our training, the training is too small for us to put all these things. You understand? So maybe if we have opportunity to extend it, we can teach you more about CI/CD automation. Okay. Now, but this one, we can use this one as it is. So now copy that source code, create a file in your system. You can see it's not in a module. This is a block format. It's not in a module. If it's supposed to be a module, you can even create another one. You can just edit that in and say, with Terraform module. But that one we now have to be linking and linking and linking. You understand? Let's not use module. Let's just use this block. See, you can see every block has what they are planned to do. So go to your what do you call this thing now?
Terminal.
VS Code. You cannot use terminal for Terraform effectively.
Okay.
So you use VS Code.
Okay.
Create a folder, call it PIIS project. A folder.
Triangle.
Yes, that one is the folder. Can you touch it? So it's setting up its environment. So to deploy any Terraform infrastructure or any infrastructure at all, your environment matters. You have to set up your working environment. An environment is that space where you want your application to operate or where you want to work on. It's called work environment. So most I always recommend you create a fresh folder and you create 2 files, the application you're working on and the README. Sometimes you may be able to do things successfully, but if you have a README to refer to, it's easier. Agile says everything should be done, including documentation, is instantly, not like after work or before it. Now, what you're going to do, click that README file, go to that your ChatGPT, copy those instructions that they mentioned at the under. Yes, copy all those things. And go to that README and paste it there. Under, type enter, then put hash ChatGPT. Okay, good. Now go to that Terraform. Copy those ChatGPT information. If we are to do this file, we can also do a more better one or more interesting one, but it's going to take us time. You understand? I don't want us to consume the whole day here writing a configuration file. But after this class, with the training you've gotten, you can go and create a configuration file. Now, you already have your AWS CLI set up. So now, and save, then let's now follow through. Now, the TF file, okay, is giving error. Scroll up, scroll down. Okay, there's no error now. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure you copy everything?
Yes, I copied from, I just used it.
Okay, good. Now, let's go and set up our environmental variables. Now, open that your README file again. What did he say? One, we should what? Note, you will need to replace what?
Bucket name, your
Okay.
HCM certificate, AWS access key, secret key.
Okay, now go to your AWS account. Normally, you are supposed to use your CLI to create a certificate. But for you to create a certificate, you actually needs to have a domain name, right? But it's still okay. Click that services. Then under that certificate, under this, just search for certificate. Type certificate. Click that certificate manager. Then just type request for certificate. Okay. Is this an IAM role user or a role user?
Yes.
Okay. It said this does not have access to request. So now you have to go to your AWS. You see that that access is saying you should give. Perform PCA list certificate authority. Yes, you're going to give that role to that user. That's why it's called a least privilege. You understand? So the more resources he needs, the more you can provide the user. You can upgrade. It's better this way. Go to that dev, click the dev. Add permission. Add permission did by the left. It's on the left. Yes. Add permission. Yeah. Click it here. Okay. Attach directly. Then that, paste it here. List certificate. Enter. Yeah, it's not there. Scroll down, let me see.
That's all.
Oh, you're supposed to be able to have it. Now scroll, cancel it. Just type certificate there.
Certificate manager.
Just type certificate. Scroll down.
certificate manager, auditor, put the editor, add auditor. Click that, click each of them. You see the policy we are looking for. It could be one of them. Click drop down, click that drop down. The drop down by the left. Drop down by the left. Yes, click it. So scroll down. Let me see. Check those resources. Is it part of there? Is it? Yes, it's there, right? PCA list is there.
List tag.
List
It's not,
is there.
not here.
It's there now. Look at it there now.
It's
there. So yeah, go up. Let's see. Okay, create auto. Okay, now I select that one. Then close the drop down. Then let's see if there's another one you can add to it. What are you doing? You've not added, you've not saved. It will not work.
I thought you said we should.
No, no, wait. I want to see if we can have one more services to it. Certificate manager read only. Certificate manager service role policy. Click that one. The first one. This one is even small. Don't worry. Just accept. If we still need more, can come here. Go click next.
But this is the one we are choosing.
Click next. Then add policy. So reinitiate that action we were trying to do. Sometimes I think you will need to refresh your page. Refresh that page. Okay. Click next. Request public certificate. So give it a name. So you are supposed to have a domain name. You're supposed to have a domain name. You remember I told you about domain name, right?
Yes.
You're supposed to have a valid domain name. But what you will do now, if you put my own domain name, it may not work. Okay, let's try. Put efosa dot.
Small caps.
Yes, efosa.gemoword.com. AUX, yes, .com. Yeah, but okay. Scroll down. DNS validation, email validation. If you are using email, I think what we use, we use email validation. Click that email. Yes. It's faster. Scroll down. Okay, click next. Request. They may provide you, they may not. Understand?
Is it certificate free?
It's not free.
I will be charged.
Yeah, but you quickly delete it now. Okay. Now view certificate. Go to that view certificate. Good. You see that ARN? That's what we are looking at for. Click that ARN.
I should copy it.
Copy it. And go to your AWS. Scroll down. Scroll the ARN. Scroll it down. Let me see. What is it saying? Has it been issued? Pending validation. Okay. Go. Scroll. Go to that your configuration file and replace that ARN there. .tfi.
Okay.
Go to TFI. The ARN, you can see ARN for SSL. scroll up, scroll up, and then you now scroll down gently. You see ARN. I will say ARN there. Scroll. Yes, that's there. Yes, paste it there.
Is it a string or just without the quote?
Everything. Remove this. Without the quote, it will not work now. You need the quote. Just only remove the string. Make sure that there's no extra alphabet.
No.
Okay. Now, that you have replaced one. Now go to the second stuff. Ask for what other things we need to replace.
They are reading.
The second one is what?
The access key and
The access key. For now, I'm going to allow you, but immediately after this stuff, you're going to delete your stuff. So we're going to do that one last, so that I can stop recording. Look for the second one. What is the second one?
your Git repo, then the path.
You have a Git repo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go to your Git repo, copy. Most times, what we're going to do, let's just play around, right?
Yeah.
Go to open your Git. Let's go to look for any static site at all, that any HTML static site, and just pull it and fork it into your repo. Then you just send your repo there. Is that okay?
I don't seem to get that.
Open your GitHub account.
This is my GitHub account.
Okay. Do you have any static site on your GitHub, on your public repo?
Let me see my repositories. I should have one.
HTML.
I don't think I have one HTML. These are React. This is React HTML, but it contains, I guess it contains this
Click it, let me
one.
see.
Huh?
Click it, let me see. Let me see the component. It's a basic static site now.
Yeah.
So copy it. This one is okay. Copy the URL. Go to your stuff. Look for that place where there's Git repo name. I think it's supposed to be down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, put it.
Okay.
Then the name you want to call it. Well, it's okay. Leave it. Just leave it like that. Deploy to AWS. Okay. Now scroll down. Region. That repo is going to be assumed that repo is a private repo, public repo. And if it's a private repo, you must have an access to it already authenticated to your AWS account. That means your SSL, your SSH key is supposed to be able to access it from your terminal. Okay, now scroll down. Which other thing you want us to replace? Go back, apart from the access key. We're going to do the access key later.
Path.
Okay, the part. Which part is it talking about?
Path to your static site. /path to your static site.
I think this one, you have to create this part in your local system. Scroll up again. Let me see the configuration file. There's a place they mention the paths there. Scroll, check it.
Yeah.
Okay. You said job, run, AWS sync. I think this part, run AWS sync. AWS sync is, okay, yes. Yes. Sync is just to copy. When you are syncing, you are copying, you are linking it to your local stuff. Okay, you can create your part on your local system. So just copy that URL. Have you copied it?
Which one?
Just copy that part, the absolute part. Except the dot that is there. Everything, including the S3. There's no space now, everything is one, right?
Yeah. No, there's space here.
Okay. Remove that. Only leave only the S3. Just copy the part.
Without the dot.
Yes, without the dot. Yeah. Then you go to your system. Copy it. Good. Go to your terminal. Or you can open terminal. Open terminal here in AWS. Now, what you do, let's see if that part exists. If it does not exist, then we'll sync it. The ls.
We are in documents.
Just okay. Now do good. Now put cd. I think you may need a sudo permission, but let's see if you can go /part. Let's see.
Part, or I should paste that.
Just paste everything. Let me see. You know that folder may not be there. Enter.
No.
Does not exist. Okay, now let's move it one step at the other. Which part do you need to have now? You can just, since it does not there, okay, just press cd /part. Enter. Does not exist. Okay, good. What you do, just say mkdir sudo mkdir -p. Then paste that part. Space. Enter. So put your password. So sudo, when you use mkdir -space and you are creating a multiple part, it will allow you, it will create all the parts to you at once. You understand me?
Read only file system. What does it?
Yes, it's a part is a read-only file system. So there's a part already in your system, right? There's a part already there. So go there, cd /part. Listen. Enter.
No such file directory exists.
-p. Enter. Just type enter.
Am I to type something?
Yeah, because it's looking for a place where it's going to, well, what is going to happen, right? It's supposed to, after putting everything in your AWS account, for you to be able to access, it wants you to sync the AWS into your local system. So you can just create the part here, just type mkdir s3.
I think we should. In documents, inside document.
And create inside documents, you can create it anywhere.
Okay, let me say
Just type static site /site /site. Now, what you do, you go to the beginning of your mkdir U-P there. Enter. Okay. Now, copy that part that you just created now and replace it.
Take that side.
Replace it to...
I should replace it
Go to your AWS.
here.
Yes, paste it there. Minus that dot. Paste. Now, that part, what is going to be in that part? Let me see. Make W access key, AWS key. Okay, I think this place is talking about here. Name deploy to S3. Part, run part. Okay, go to your GitHub. I was actually looking at GitHub. Under GitHub, you see actions there, right? You see actions. Click. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, go up, go back up. Just give me a minute. Let me check something. I know we're going to, I don't want us to have so much error because the first time there's possibility of you having one error. Next time. Hold on. Because when you are syncing something,
Yeah.
when you are seeking something, you are trying to link your AWS to your local system. You're like you are pasting. I'm trying to see the best way. Okay, it's okay. Have you done it? Just do that and let's move on from there.
So what am I to do here? Under actions on GitHub.
Okay. Hold on. On that, now you are done. What we are setting up is that you are setting up your working environment. You have set up your configuration code. Now I'm going to pause now. When I pause, you're going to copy that your credentials and paste it. Because your GitHub actions needs access to the AWS account. So that part that we were talking about is supposed to, from that part, because your AWS is going to save your code. When you run this Terraform file, it's going to save your code inside AWS page, something. It's like AWS container or AWS bucket. So whenever you are running your GitHub actions, the GitHub action is supposed to pull your AWS that credentials so that it can authenticate and run. So the part where you want to, where the Git action is supposed to pull your stuff from, that is where it's asking you. Okay, I don't know if you understand. Don't worry, just scroll down, we'll understand later. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to.
Git actions is like a VM, it's like a machine running on its own, right? S3 is running on its own. Your own terminal is running on its own. You have successfully used your AWS CLI to authenticate your system and your S3. So from your system, you can now work on your S3. But Git actions don't have that access. You understand? So you need to, what you did is that you copied your code into S3, that whenever Git actions wants to run, the Git actions should go to the Git, your Terraform will go to your Git your AWS S3 and move and copy your S3 credentials and put it inside your Git actions. So your Git actions will now use it to consume. You understand? So don't worry. Continue. Scroll down. Save. Now I'm going to stop sharing now. You're going to copy your S3, your AWS code. Huh?
Yeah.
And put it in that configuration file and let's test. Let's see what will happen. So now let's initiate. Let's see if all our system is ready for it's going to deploy. Initiate, Terraform initiate. Enter. So any bugs that it gives, we'll face it together.
Because the file is still red towards the ending.
It's not about that. So it's creating your log file, updating your AWS tools, providing your environment. So let's pause, right? So that I will not waste the time watching something. Terraform plan. Say one additional provider from registry. The remote request one in registry Terraform HashiCorp. For users in Terraform Greater, please update your source in required provider. So that means your Terraform version you installed is low. Why? What happened? How long have you been using this Terraform here?
I only just installed it following that video I saw.
Okay. No, I'll continue. I want to install a higher version. Terraform plan. Enter. I know it's going to have error, so don't be afraid. I was expecting the error.
Okay.
Scroll down. Let's take the error one after the other. The first error is that the argument in the one source code workflow deployed to AWS name checkout. An argument of block. Block what? Definition is required here. Okay, go down. So the second one, statistics, resources, GitHub action workflow, deploy to AWS action version. This character is not required within the language. The third one, statistics level, resource code, GitHub action workflow, deploy to AWS, run. You say bitwise operator are not supported, do not use. You say, do you mean boolean? So what you do, you just add one boolean to it. But actually, it was actually supposed to be a direct deployment, right? Scroll down, let's see. The GitHub action workflow deploy to AWS. Make minus P AWS. Bitwise operator. Go on, continue. Scroll down. That's all right.
Yeah.
It said the line deploy echo secret key. It's not going to be. So what you do, let's do it this way. We're going to create a file, AWS. Scroll down, go back to our source code. Okay, go scroll up. Yeah, scroll. That no. From that GitHub Actions. Scroll down. Wait. Workflow part. Go up. Resource. GitHub Action workflow. Deploy to stuff. That is a GitHub repository. Create website. Now on push. Workflow part. So it's supposed to work. I think the challenge we are having is that the version you are using is not permitting some line of code. So that version issue can come up. I know. Scroll up again. Scroll up. Okay. This terraform part is what is giving most of the issues. Now go up. You see that block, that GitHub block, that resource GitHub, all here, that resource GitHub, right?
Yeah.
Just
should I comment it?
Comment it off. Good. Save it.
Saved.
Okay, now run the git plan again. We will address that block later. You return error. Which error?
No error yet.
Okay. Okay, good. And it gives some error again. Deprecation. What's the first deprecation? Go down. Scroll down. The first deprecation says warning, argument is deprecated. Use the S3 bucket configuration resource instead of line 3. The second one is line 40. Domain name. The attribute website endpoint is deprecated. Rather, provide a documentation. Refer to documentation for details. Okay, it's deprecated does not mean that it may not work, right? It means that you're not supporting it anymore. So let's apply and see what we'll get. You didn't use the option out to save the plan.
Should I?
Terraform, I don't need to say plan, just Terraform apply. Auto approve.
Approved.
Approve.
Okay, without the D.
Enter. So it do not need to tell you whether you're going to understand me. So that deprecation is my worry. Now open it up. Let's see. It's creating. Just that the GitHub aspect of it. So you're creating a S3 bucket, public. People cannot our CLI set status code.
Not found.
What did he say?
This one, it's saying this git not found 404.
Yes.
Also, creating S3 bucket static invalid bucket with object ownership. Bucket cannot have ACL set ACL set with 0 object owner setting.
Is that deprecation that is still an issue? Scroll down, let me see. Scroll up, let me see. You can see there are many. Okay, go back. That GitHub repository, that aspect, commit it. No, there's still one up. There's still one up. No, down. There's still one. If I say scroll, yeah, scroll down, scroll down. Yeah, comment that part out. Okay, go up. Now, that part is talking about, it said, what's the part? Which resources? No, to tell you the line now. The first, it's giving us two issues. We have treated the first one because we just removed that one.
Okay,
No.
this one is on the, it's just saying error for resources 79. This is line 79, static.
Let's go to that 7. Line 7.
79.
We have already commented that one out. Or are you sure you are saving?
Yes, yes.
How did you know?
Because from here, you have to, that's here.
Okay, continue. Scroll down, scroll.
Yeah, this is line 7.
Line 7. What did it say? ACL public read and PIIS bucket name. What is a bucket PIIS status? Invalid. You do put capital letter.
No.
Okay, you put underscore.
Okay.
Let me see. Say invalid what? Bucket without object ownership. Bucket cannot be set as 0. Okay. So what are you supposed to do in status line 7? Resources AWS static site. The bucket is set as 0. Okay, now let's fix this bug. When we are done fixing this bug, we'll just run it. We'll show us how we did it instead of having the error. So when you plan, which error did you have?
I didn't plan. I applied that after saving.
You
I
applied.
applied. Yeah.
What did you get?
Now after applying, it's saying creating S3 storage. This specified bucket is not valid.
Invalid bucket name. Go back to the bucket name. So that bucket name that you have, remove, no, that under. I think those names is too much. Just put PIIS. Don't put all those colon, all those semicolon. Don't remove those semicolon. Just put.
I should just shorten it to PIIS bucket.
PIIS start PIIS bucket, yes. Move that underscore. If you have to put, maybe you put dash.
Okay.
Yeah. Save it. If you return error again, just remove everything. Bucket name has, there's a way, it's part of your DNS, right?
Yeah. So now should I plan or I should apply directly?
Again, yeah. Save and reapply. Actually, writing the first terraform file is always the problem. But if you're able to do it successful, now you return back to error. Access denied. Request ID, AWS. Now, what is the attribute? Website endpoint is deprecated. Status 400. Okay, policy. AWS bucket policy, access denied. What's the second one?
The parameter origin domain name does not refer to the valid S3 bucket.
Okay. The what? The creating cloudfront distribution. You said the origin, the parameter origin domain name does not correspond, it's not a valid bucket. Status 400, AWS cloudfront distribution. So the first one is saying, that one, we'll fix that one. That one is talking about domain. I'll tell you how to get it, get that one sorted. Now he said putting a S3 bucket, putting S3 bucket policy access denied. So you don't have that policy title that your S3, that your IAM user. Putting as policy. So that was why I was trying to tell us maybe we should create an IAM access to that role, right? Because the role should so copy that policy now that they require us to have.
It's what is the name of the policy?
Putting policy. Copy it.
Putting S3.
So once had that role. But if you are actually using that as this thing, it would have been easy for us. Click your S3 bucket, click it. Click the bucket that you created. Now go to properties. Scroll down. You don't have permission to get CloudTrade data event. Okay, don't worry. Scroll down. You don't need it now. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. See that website hosting? You see it, right? You see it's enabled, right? Copy it.
The link?
Yes.
This one?
Yes. That's the DNS name that I was referring to.
Okay.
In your CloudFront. So you can go and paste it in that DNS that was asking you for, right? Or go to your CloudFront directly and create a distribution. Go to CloudFront. You know the usage of CloudFront, right?
CloudFront is to bring it like a CDN.
It's a CDN. But you know the importance of CloudFront.
My understanding of it is in terms of proximity and closeness.
Yes, to bring your application closer to the nearest catch domain of the AWS, that people can access your infrastructure without necessarily accessing it from the location where it was initially deployed.
Yeah.
Just like a catch stuff. Okay. Create a CloudFront distribution. So any site you put in that your S3 bucket, this is where you're supposed to be. That origin domain name, paste it there. Paste. You see that S3 bucket is already there. Can you see it?
Yes.
You paste, and like you see, automatically is there, right?
Yes.
If you didn't do that, you will not be able to see it here.
Yeah.
So I'll accept it. Now, HTTP only. Scroll down. Scroll down. Origin path. Just put slash. Yes, or put, it's okay. I'll put star on top. Scroll down. Cache behavior, default, compress object, scroll down. Viewer, anybody with this thing can scroll down. Scroll down, get, yeah, for HTTP, for API. Cache key, continue. 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 Okay, go there, that HTTP 1 or 2, enable both. Continue. That's all. Create distribution.
Security.
Yes. Web application firewalls. No, don't do that. Don't worry, don't do that. In production environment, you are going to enable it. It's just another firewalls, right? That will be featuring people that want to access that application. So this is where you enable WAF. So, but you are going. I think we are still going to do it when we are running it again, right? But I don't want any cost to come to you. Scroll up. Now, it's deploying. Go to validation. Create a validation. Just put /star. Enter. Great. That star is called wildcard, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. In progress. Then go back to the CloudFront. Go to domain name. Let's see the domain name. Domain name is already there. Type production alternative domain name. If we have actually gotten our DNS name, right?
Yeah.
This is where we would have come and put our alternative domain name. Then we'll use our C record. We're going to do that. We're going to do that now in this project. Go to your distribution. Go to the other distribution again. Not that one. No, not that one. Click the flag cloud distribution stuff. Distribution name. Click that your cloud name or cloud. Your ID now, yes. Click it. Now I want us to see if we are not missing any editing here. Scroll. Okay, we have done this. Go to origin. Click origin. What do we have? The origin is there. Okay, click behavior. It's okay. Click error page. Create an error page. Wait, let me see. You do not have any error page. Okay, no need. I think you're supposed, if you want your system to display an error, in case there's a failure, this is where you set it up, right? I think no need. 504, these things. Put the restriction region. See that restriction region? You can see some application is not available in US. It's available in Nigeria, you know. So
Yes.
this is where you set it. You click it, you edit the country. See that edit country, see the edit there. You can allow, you can restrict. If you click block list, click that block list. You are going to list the country where you don't want it to be available. So sometimes it's always block list because it's like you have two ways of doing a firewall. Allow or deny all. Allow all or deny all. If you allow all, you deny some. If you deny all, you allow some. You understand me? So it depends on how you want to set your policy. But now let's just leave it open. Close it. And just no restriction. Okay, now our DNS is set. Go to our S3 bucket. Let's see the policy in our S3 bucket if it's okay. Now wait, before you continue, that our DNS, if you go to distribution ID, okay, go, don't worry, you're already here, you're already here. Click that S3 bucket. Let's see the policy that we have. Okay, now go to property permissions. Scroll down, block public access. So what you are saying is that, what you are saying is that you want the only way they can access this bucket, is through the cloudfront. Now, see bucket policy. Scroll down to the bucket policy. There is no policy there. You're supposed to write a bucket policy that will allow S3 to have access to it.
Public access settings are turned on for this bucket.
Okay. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. This is the ACL I was talking about. Cross origin source sharing. Scroll down. This is that cross origin source sharing. If you click it, you can add heads, post. Click it. Let's see.
Edit.
Click edit. And now add anything you want to add. This one is for application to application communication. You don't need it for now. Just leave it. Now, that your S3 bucket now, that you've already created an origin on it. So you are just going to, okay, go back to that S3 bucket again. There's something I want to see. Click that bucket you created. Okay, let's go to wait. Access point. Click the access point. Click create access point. Let's see what we have there. Scroll down. This one is if you want other people to have access to it. This is where you create your policy. This access point policy, I think you also create. This is where you also manage your access point, right? I think this policy is supposed to be another policy where you can also provide your Route 53 to have access to it. But for now, let's see what we have here, right? Just go to, let's put our stuff inside. Let's put our source code inside. So download your source code from your GitHub, put it into this S3 bucket, and let's see what we have. Download, unzip, then push it inside. This is what we wanted this thing to do for us, Git Actions to do for us. But if we continue like that, we may spend a lot of time. We may spend more than 2 hours, but we already spent already. So let's do it manually. Then this same configuration we have, we're still going to use it. You understand me? Clean it up till we get what we want. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Then after getting what we want, you now go and save it. So next time somebody say, please, I want to deploy an application, just tell them, send me your Git repo. They send you your Git repo. From your system like this, you just press terraform deploy. You just deploy. You'll feel like they'll see you like a magician. You understand? You see you like a demigod. But they don't know that these are the time this time that you are using. So to master the configuration file. That's the work of a DevOps engineer. We spend time to get solutions so that we can give them the solution easily. Copy that.
My host Republic. I should copy. This is a file. This is the folder I just downloaded.
Yeah, see that you do two things. It's that you sync the file to your AWS bucket. You copy it from your AWS bucket, download the file into your local system. Then from your local system, deliver it into that your S3 bucket. You understand me? From using your CLI, or you use your S3 bucket. Have you downloaded it?
Yes, this is it.
Let's do it the first way. Go to your S3 bucket and download the folder. And click that button.
Upload.
Upload, not a file. Upload a folder.
That's here. Create folder, or I should.
Let's try that upload first. Let's go to that. If you are creating a folder, try that. If you are creating a folder, you're going to include that part.
Okay.
Create,
Add folder.
Yes, add a folder, yes. But I wanted that application to release itself here.
So
yes, click open, upload. Wait, is this all the folders, right?
You're uploading 103 files to the site. Yes, that's just the folder.
Yes. Now your application is here. Your UI service is here. So what you do now, you now go to your configuration. Go to your website.
I don't think this is because those main page and all, they are not here.
I think so.
Right. Yeah, these are just images for cloudfront or some. I should be able to have my .html and all.
Your .html file is there now. It's not there.
No.
404 is there. Index.html is there. It's not there.
It's not.
Well, it's saying 105. Upload first. Let's see. Because all the things I'm seeing here is even up to 105, right? So let's see. Scroll down.
Should have just created a simple instead of using this file.
Or you can even just create a simple, just create a simple index.html file. That's a welcome to Cloud Training for Users. You can use that.
Yes. So I should cancel it.
Don't worry, do it. Then go to that folder, just paste it there. Use your you know what I mean now? Use your VS Code, create index.html file, paste it. We are generating a policy for our CloudFront so that our CloudFront should be able to have access to AWS to S3. So the access is actually get. Not really get access point. Scroll down. Get bucket. Get bucket what? Go down. Go up. Get bucket policy. Click that get bucket policy. Then continue. Get job, no. Scroll down. Get object, yes. Scroll.
What was the error? Is it to list or to?
Go to the error again.
Access denied. Access denied. Attempting to. Access denied.
Okay. Just update those policy we wrote now. Go to that policy creator. We'll give it get.
Get what?
Get not version. Version is not necessary. Get object for no. We already put get object, right?
Yes.
Get object, then get bucket.
Yes.
Then multi-region access. Click that one. Multi-region access. Not really necessary, but just click it. That
Access point. Access point policy. Which
get
one?
multi-region access point. Scroll. Get inventory. Get bucket tagging. Get versioning. Get status. Get object lock. Scroll down. Get buckets. Get access point. Scroll down. Scroll. Okay. Create buckets. No, S3 cloudfront does not need to create bucket. Save this one that we have. Amazon ARN. Now that S3 that cloudfront that we created, go and copy it and paste it. Paste the ARN there. Click it. Click the second one, the other one. Just go to, yes, click that last tab.
It's forbidden, the forbidden one. Okay.
Yeah. So just put the AWS stuff there.
Is it not what you said I should copy?
No, you're not copying this. That's copy the ARN of the yes, of the CloudFront. Okay, so far so good. We had a successful deployment, but we had a lot of challenges. And the challenges we had, we're going to explain it verbatim. I'm going to walk through it, just a summary, so that we can use it as a reference point. So go to your S3 bucket. What we did, we used Terraform to deploy our S3 bucket, and we used Terraform, but we couldn't deploy RAT 53 CloudFront with our S3 with our cloud Terraform, because we had some configuration issues, and we also had some restriction because of the IAM we created. So what we did to speed up our process, for now, we created our CloudFront, which we created our S3 bucket. With S3 bucket, we delivered a very simple index.html into it. Then let's say the index.html you create, you deliver inside. No, this is what we wrote inside. It's a simple HTML file. So if it was a complete full stack application, it would have also been open like this, right? Fosa, what you do before you destroy this thing, just look for any simple HTML file, open it inside this folder, right? And see, you're going to see a complete website. But if it's a PHP application, there are so many things you need to install for it to be available. Now, what we did, go to the S3 bucket, go to the bucket itself. We created a bucket called PIIS. Okay, this is the bucket. It's a simple bucket. Then we now created, where's the bucket? This is not the bucket. Open the bucket. Yes, open the bucket. So this is the bucket. Then in this bucket, under the bucket policy, we want the bucket to have we want the public to have access to the bucket, but not every public, only through DNS. So for that, we enable public access, right? We enable that the bucket should be made public, but it's going to be controlled with the ACL. ACL means access control list that will be provided through a policy. You understand? So, and because the policy we wanted is the CloudFront should have access to the S3 bucket. So the S3 bucket we created, click that S3 bucket. So we configured it, go to the properties. We configured the bucket to have a DNS to be open because we will planned, scroll down to the S3. So when we're creating our bucket, we enabled it to deliver a static site hosting. This is where the magic took place. So when we did that, AWS provided us a DNS so that every application we deliver, the application, because it's a static site, the AWS S3 will look out for HTML file. And every file, everything we wrote inside that HTML, that is what is going to display on our website. Remember, index.html is like a trigger file that carries so many links of how the site will look like. If it's going to be using an object, maybe a picture, maybe a different, if it's going to be depending on any other resources, is that index.html file that you declare it. But this our index.html file was just a simple welcome to site that we did. But this is what is going to enable us, because we need this to configure our CloudFront. So we picked this, and we wanted to write a policy that will automatically also enable CloudFront to pull and to get, in case we want to use it for API calls. But that will be another discussion for another day. Now go to CloudFront. What we did, we picked this, that static site. Then we went to CloudFront, created a distribution. Then in that distribution, go to origin. So the distribution is just something that is going to be open to the public. Now, where is it going to pick its content from? This is where we declared the origin. We pick that public DNS that we created, that public DNS from that website. That was what we put here. If you click it, you can see, if you click edit, when you are creating your stuff, you can decide to just declare everything here. So when you are creating your distribution, this is what is going to come out. It's going to ask you for the origin domain. This is where you put your S3 static site URL that we saw just now. We put it here. Then you enable HTTP. But if we are going to attach SSL to it, which we are also going to do later, that you want only people to access this into HTTPS, you don't only enable HT. You can edit it, right? I think when you are creating it, you enable HTTP and HTTPS, or HTTPS only. Then you enable the port 80 and port 43. Then scroll down. Then the origin part. This is where if the folder, that S3 bucket, if it's open, you don't need to, maybe you just put the object inside the bucket without creating a folder, you make it blank. But if it's inside a bucket, you put the slash to where that HTML file is. You put it here. Then like that, then continue scroll down. So if you have a domain name, a DNS name, the custom header, this is where you put your custom header. Scroll down. Scroll down. Is that all? That is all.
Yes.
Additional settings. Go to other additional settings. Click. Scroll down. This is where, okay, these ones are not combination. Scroll up. Go up. There's a place where you wait, origin, wait, scroll down, wait. Okay. There's a place where you are supposed to attach your DNS name, your C name or your A name. Okay. Go. Okay. Origin. Scroll up. Scroll. Excuse me. Wait. Origin part. Okay. Name of the service. Okay. Then custom header. Go up. Additional settings. Okay. Close there. Then this at default, but there's a place where you enable your SSL. Maybe you want the domain name want it to have a domain name. You also enable it. So save or just cancel. No need of saving. Cancel. Since we didn't make any changes, then go to that general information. Okay. If you edit, click that edit general information. You see, under this general information, if you want this application, scroll up, enable security precision, and don't know enable. Sometimes you just need to enable it. Then for alternative name, see the alternative name. If you click add item for the alternative name, you're going to create a C record in your DNS if it's RAT 53. Click that. Then that C record, you put the domain name of the C record in this place. You know what I mean by domain name? Like, okay, this was the name of this site. The site is ojuku.com or efosa.com, right? You put the name here. It's going to be a valid domain name. That's why you put it here, right? Then you put the valid stuff here. Then you scroll down. Then you see, hold on. You see that SSL certificate. This is where you attach your SSL. Click that SSL. Click that place. Click that. Scroll down. Scroll that place. No, wait. That's after the next one now. No, not that one. Go to the other one. We already requested for a domain name. Click. I think there should be one certificate there. There is one, right? Okay, there's no certificate. So if you have a domain name there, right? After putting that domain name, you request for a certificate. When a certificate is given to you, the certificate will be available here. Automated Certificate Manager, that is Acme, which is provided by AWS, is paid for. Then you put that domain name, you attach that SSL to that stuff so that anybody that want to hit the application using the DNS, maybe efosa.com, will be able to access it from there. We're going to demonstrate that next week. Then the default, the remaining thing is just, we scroll down. I don't think there's much. Then you describe what you did. So this setting here, we're going to see how we can deliver it, because you need to get a certificate, get a domain name, so that all the websites you see, not every website that you see is actually put in a server, because server is expensive, which is also known as VM. Virtual machines are very expensive, depending on the capacity. But static sites that does not require compute, like maybe an information page or a blog. You understand? You don't need to spend so much money. You just use S3 bucket and you pay little money, maybe $3 a month or maybe $5 a year. You understand? For that site, the site will be up and it will accept traffic and it will be very scalable. And because of your CloudFront that you just added to it, becomes very, very fast. Then you save, try doing all the settings, you save. Now, what we after doing, if you just do only this, then you're going to create, save or cancel. We didn't do any changes there. Then you want to create, you see that this part here, go to behavior, no need of going to behavior. This, what do you call that place? Before that tag, invalidation. You go to invalidation, you create an invalidation. If you click create invalidation, you understand? So the invalidation, if you want application to actually go to a server to look for a particular thing before it exposes it, this is where you put it. Maybe index.html or any object you want it to check before you allow it. But for now, if you want to make a open site, just put slash and put slash and put white card. It's okay to invalidate here. That was what we did. Then go back to cancel. And you can show them. It's going to take time. Click that validation we created. You can see it's simple. That's what we did. Simple slash, done simple. Because you need this validation so that your HTTPS will be open and your application will be available. Now go to that CloudFront again. There's one thing we need to talk about, which is the, what happened? Yes. So after doing all those configurations that we shared, we're able to completely deliver a static site using CloudFront and S3 bucket. Now, we're going to continue to optimize it because it's an agile training. As we optimize, to keep updating this video so that you have more materials for him and for us to review. So thank you so much, Fosa, for today. And really had fun. And the video is short, so it's something that you can quickly go back to. Andola, do you have anything to add to what we've done?
I'm sorry, Patrick, what did you say?
I said, do you have anything to add to what we've done so far?
No, I just want to just encourage Efosa that in a good job done so far, and hopefully you learn more as we go along. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
So what do you have to say today about our first deployment, our first live project?
Me or start for me or
You, apart from you, yes, just for today.
Well, for me, after the beginning is not always good. It's usually rough. I enjoy the roughness, and every part of it is to get me to understand it more, because without error, of course, you can't understand much more. So for me, it's exposition.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll see you guys next week, Saturday. But we're going to keep up the stand-up because I want you, this is what you're going to do, what we've done now. Deploy 4 different applications, 4 different UI applications, right? Deploy just static sites, you understand? And share the URL with us. Just share only the DNS with us. And please try and destroy everything you do so that it will not cost you much. But I have already told your company to provide you an AWS account, funded, so that you can do all your exploration. You understand?
Okay.
So you just remind him, he will give you. But we have actually prepared for this. So thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.